It's time for Taste the Feel with Chef Mike Harrison from the Buckley Health Care Center in Greenfield. We're going to do something that they specialize in. It's a dish that's filled with taste, but at the end of the day, it's going to leave us happy and healthy and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it's easy to do, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's real easy. One thing that I did see with the recipe that's out there, it's 2 teaspoons of ginger. Not 2 tablespoons. You put that much ginger in there, your mouth will be on fire for a while.
But it's good for you, so you know.
So we're gonna. This is called ponzu.
Ponzu.
Ponzu is basically a Japanese sauce. I'm gonna take. Now this might simmer a little bit. There you go.
Love that sound.
That's lemon juice and fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice. This is tamarind, which is basically it's a gluten-free, kind of upscale soy sauce. It's low sodium, which is real important. Here's the ginger. And then I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of honey.
You're using ginger, ground ginger.
Ground ginger.
Okay.
Yep, ground ginger. Can you use fresh? Yes, but for this sauce, it's easier.
What's easier?
And then, like what I always try to do is I try to make it as easy as possible. Stuff that you have at home. Now, I'm a chef, and I buy ginger all the time, and I use about 10% of it, and the rest goes
in the trash.
Yeah.
Always with ginger, because it gets moldy so quickly.
Yeah, and it's not like fresh herbs where you can hang them up on your window and dry them out and still use them. So so I try to if the recipe isn't going to call for a lot of it, you can always go to a nice ground ginger.
Perfect.
So what we're going to do now is we have a nice flank steak. Flank steak's a really low-fat cut of meat, so it's real good for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to ladle about half of this ponzu on.
Now, I see there's some salt and pepper on the flank steak.
Yeah.
So you just season it just a little bit.
Now, what I say with, especially with meats, chicken, you can marinate that a half hour before, and it'll come out wonderfully. It'll penetrate the meat. But steak and red meat, you got to actually, 8, 9 hours before.
Overnight.
If you can
Maybe
do
the
it the
night
day
before,
wrap it nice and tight,
So, but this is not really, are you going to marinate this, or is this just a glaze?
Salt and pepper is a seasoning. You know, a gentleman named Chef Wayne told me a long time ago, salt's a seasoning, use it.
All right.
So
sounds good to me.
So that's a shout out for him. But so this is going to go. This is going to go in the oven in the broiler about 5 minutes. We're going to flip it, add the rest of the sauce, bring it out, kind of wrap it up for about 5 minutes. Whenever you're doing red meats, let them sit before you cut into them. Let them sit. Let it bleed out a little bit because, or let. Bleed out, like I said, a little bit rather than cutting it and have it come out a lot.
So be patient. The broiler on high or low?
Broiler on high.
Okay.
Let's talk Buckley Health Care Center real quick. Ash, do you mind popping this in for us?
Oh, I will do that. No
Buckley
problem.
Health Care Center.
The broiler is on.
It's up in Greenfield, and you have a restaurant there too. It's called Seasons, and you make a lot of dishes that are like this at the Buckley Health Care Center and Seasons.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare you the whole menu that we have for an event that we do once a month called Family Dinner. Family dinner, we invite all the resident family members to come in and dine for free. It's so cool because the residents come down and 7 to 8 members will show up, and it's like they're at a restaurant again, celebrating an event or an activity. Some people almost use it as a family reunion. 12 of them come in, but when you see the residents' face light up and the activity and the interaction that goes on, you know something, it's a good investment, and it's well received. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the ponzu steak. We're going to do the Tuscany white bean salad. I'm doing a sautéed bell pepper, which is really easy, and a nice fluffy white rice with some scallions. You can substitute it at home for brown rice, but when you're doing this, when you're eating healthy, don't change everything all at once, because so you can introduce these things, eating healthy with fresh fruits and vegetables, and introduce because if I serve whole wheat pasta and everything, and beans and this and that, guess what? All of a sudden it's a thing you can't be successful at.
Right.
So introducing things lightly, and the big thing, like the nutritionist said, portion size.
Right.
We have a portion size that we adhere to, and that's why our residents are healthy.
Important. Well, Chef Mike, we're going to finish up that flank steak and make another recipe when we come back with you. Looking forward to that.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much. back to Mass Appeal. We're wrapping up Fitness Friday in the kitchen.
And we're doing so with Chef Mike Harrison from the Buckley Health Care Center in Greenfield. And you also have a restaurant on site there at Seasons.
Seasons Restaurant, yep. We're open 7 days a week, 3 meals a day. The restaurant menu's really introduced Monday through Friday for lunch. Get the families, the residents' family members to come on in and dine with the residents.
Well, the family members get excited to go visit their families in there. The people who are in there are excited to eat the food. It's the perfect marriage.
It is, it is. And everything on the menu, we have everything from baby back ribs to tuna steaks to strip steaks with chimichurri sauces. And you know, it's just when you break bread with your family members, everything's good.
There's nothing better than that.
That's the best. It's so true, definitely, and it's always as good when you have a nice meal to do it with, right? So now we're going to finish up the recipe that we were working on earlier, which was the flank steak. That's under the broiler right now. Should we pull that out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll pull it out and we'll
and
cut
then we're going to make a
Okay.
cannellini bean salad.
It's
Is
a
that
cannellini
right?
bean salad. It's a Tuscany salad. I think really what Tuscany means is anything you want can go in it.
Really?
You know?
Oh, I thought it was Italian.
You know, well, yeah, but if you look at different recipes, some have olives in it, some roast their tomatoes, some use a canned diced tomato. I mean, you know, so basically.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
So what are you putting in your Tuscan salad?
What we're going to do is we're going to start with some canned diced plum tomatoes. You can, you know, I choose to grab these this time of year because sometimes it's hard to grab that perfect tomato during the winter. But we always have cans of these in our cupboards. Then white beans.
Was that cannellini beans?
Cannellini beans.
It's fun to say, right?
It is fun to say.
What we do is make sure with beans are always in a sauce in the can. Really rinse them well so you don't get that bitter taste to it.
Okay.
This is a little balsamic vinegar.
Oh, good. That brings out all the other flavors, too. It's what I love about balsamic.
This is a little chopped garlic and olive oil. There are so many different oils out there now that are even more healthy than they're making them out of avocados, and you name it. So
it's funny because the standard used to be, you know, olive oils is the high, the health of oils, and now there's all these new oils.
We are going to have you back, Chef Mike, to tell us all about the oils that we can choose from. I think that's a good idea.
This is fresh parsley and fresh rosemary. Real important to get fresh rosemary because if you try to do it with dried rosemary, it ends up being like popcorn on your cutting board. It goes all over the place. Okay. So make sure you have fresh. And if not, what I would do is just mix it up with the fresh herb. So when you cut it, it's not all over the place.
Good.
And then I'm gonna add just some scallions since I had them.
Yeah. See, that's what it is. Whatever you got, whatever you want to put in it.
Scallions in the onion family, so maybe if you had a white onion laying around or a shallot, something like that.
How about a red onion?
A red onion, there we go.
A little pepper.
And this is healthy.
This is really good for you. It's going to plate up very nicely.
You know, I'm looking at everything on this table right now. It's all looking real healthy.
What's real nice is now they're doing a lot of stuff with like reduced balsamic glazes for steaks. You cut your steak, you get a little portion of this with a little portion of steak in your mouth at the same time. It's going to be
amazing,
wonderful.
right?
It's going to be wonderful.
All right, we've got about a minute left to finish this all up. So you have some nice white rice there with scallions,
What I did is I took basically white rice. Like I said, when you're up to it, go with the brown rice. Just a little bit of olive oil in the rice. It'll keep it glossy and from sticking. And then those are just tricolored bell peppers, sauteed, tiny bit of olive oil, little bit of salt and pepper just for flavor.
It looks so pretty.
And
so many colors.
And
on
now
that
the
plate.
steak, right?
Yep.
Now the meat.
Well, and that's the other thing that we do. Excuse me.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the other thing we do at Buckley. All of our plates, our garnishes, we try to make sure our plates are 5 colors, just because a lot of
when things look good, then
a lot of dining services and restaurants, what they do is you have brown days and yellow days. Like, why would you do French fries with grilled cheese and corn?
Yeah, I never thought about it.
Boy, that looks really appetizing.
And the more colorful, the better it is for you.
Absolutely.
You eat with your eyes too.
We do eat with our eyes.
Well, Mike, this looks great. Feel free to continue to plate it up. By the way, if you want more information on the Buckley Health Care Center in Greenfield, what you do is just visit them online, buckleyhealthcare.com. Also, for this delicious recipe, just head to wwp.com a little bit later today.
I'm going to make sure that I get this recipe to take home because it looks amazing. Can't wait to try it. Hey, listen to this.